Hey, did you hear about the chicken who wanted to become an astronaut?
No, what happened?
Well, he was stranded on an island for years until a space shuttle crashed on the island and he knew he had a chance. He studied all the rocket science he could find, made himself a homemade rocket ship, and took off for the stars.
But did he make it to outer space?
Of course. I mean, he was a determined chicken after all. He was so excited that he decided to tell his friends back on the island. So he flew all the way back, found the flock, and started shouting, "I went to the Milky Way and I'm here to stay."
That's hilarious.
Yep, he was a real space-age poultry star. But what was even funnier was the fact that his friends weren't too happy with him because they thought he had abandoned the flock all these years.
Oh no, what happened?
Well, they absolutely could not understand the idea of a chicken going to space, so they started arguing about it amongst themselves. One chicken even said, "You must be foul if you think a chicken can go to space."
Ha, that's a good one.
Yeah, I don't really think the chicken got the joke, though. But he had the last laugh when he shared all the weird things he saw in outer space. He told them about stars shaped like popcorn, black holes shaped like donuts, and alien sausages that invaded his spaceship.
That's amazing. I never knew space could be so fun.
Yeah, he proved that nothing is impossible when you set your mind and feathers to it. Now that's what I call an excellent accomplishment. Hey, there. You won't believe what happened to me yesterday.
Oh no, what? Did you meet an alien or something?
Nope, even crazier. So I was walking down the street and out of nowhere this fortune teller shows up and says that my future holds nothing but confusion and despair. I was like, seriously? That's all you have for me?
Ha ha ha. I bet that threw you for a loop.
Yeah, to put it mildly. I mean, all I wanted was a chance to decide my own fate, but no. They had to go ahead and predict a future of confusion and despair. So I did the only thing I could think of. I responded with,
Wait, what did you do?
I said, "Don't worry, I'm a master of the chaos. Bring it on."
That's awesome. Did that get rid of the fortune teller?
Not quite. They sort of just stood there, kinda stunned. I think it was too much of an unexpected answer for them and I just walked away.
I guess if you don't take life too seriously, sometimes the better off you'll be.
I guess so. I mean, I can't go around predicting my own future when it's already been predetermined by mystical forces, so I might as well just laugh it off, right?
Right. Could have saved you a fortune.
Well, I personally think the cost of a good laugh is priceless. Hey, there, did you hear the one about the alien that visited a farmer in the middle of the night?
No, do tell.
Well, the alien said to the farmer, "Take me to your lettuce."
Ha, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's certainly out of this world. As if that wasn't bad enough, the alien then proceeded to ask the farmer if they had any chopped onions.
Oh geez, why would he need those?
He said they were going to make a salad to share with the other aliens at the UFO convention.
Wow, what an unexpected twist in the plot.
I know, right? And to top it all off, the alien had a secret weapon hidden in his pocket, a flying carrot.
A flying carrot? That's hilarious.
I know, I thought it was pretty great. Everyone at the convention was so impressed that the alien was able to create a carrot that could actually fly.
That's one way to spice up an ordinary salad.
Yeah, the alien certainly made a splash at the convention, though it wasn't long until the carrot was caught by a local chef and used in the ingredients for a famous dish.
Interesting. So what happened next?
Well, the chef ended up winning a prestigious cooking award, and you can guess who he thanked in his acceptance speech: the alien.
Ha, that's awesome.
Yeah, turns out happy endings aren't just for humans. Hey, there, do you know what I think would make a great sitcom show?
What might that be?
I think it should be a show about a small family that is constantly getting into silly misadventures. They all have really outlandish personalities, and nothing seems to work out the way they imagined.
Yes, that sounds like it could be interesting. What kind of things might happen in this show?
Well, for starters, their house is haunted by this annoying ghost that causes all sorts of mischief. And if that wasn't hard enough, their next-door neighbor is always trying to one-up them in crazy competitions and outdo them in wacky ways.
Wow, that sounds hilarious. What else?
Well, the family also has a pet dinosaur that they somehow managed to acquire. The kids use the dinosaur to pull crazy pranks on the neighbors, and the parents have to use their ingenuity to try and figure out a way to keep the dinosaur contained.
That's too funny. I'm sold. I would definitely watch that show.
Me too. Plus, it wouldn't be complete without some classic sitcom dad jokes and pop culture references. We can throw in a few iconic catchphrases, a few puns, and some forgotten obsolete words.
That would be the icing on the cake.
Yeah, it definitely would. And we can't forget about all the memes and GIFs. Those will help keep the show fresh and engaging for the audience.
Definitely. I think we might have created a sitcom hit here.
Agreed. This show is going to be a sensation, and we should totally get it on the air as soon as possible. Did you hear the news? Apparently, a junta of llamas is taking over the world.
No way. Is that why their spokesllama is always talking about how alpaca sack the human race is?
You know it. They're working on getting llama lobbyists in Washington and beefing up llama military defense.
That doesn't llama me feel too safe. I guess we'd better start bracing for the llama purge.
Right, and decreeing more llama dalis so everyone can stay informed about everything the llamas are planning. Yeah, those classes have become really popular. We should sign up to learn how to llama handle any situation.
Absolutely. Now all we need is a llama shampoo to help us look our best while fighting these llamas.
I think I saw some coupons you can use at the store. What's better than a llama shampoo bargain?
It's a llama coincidence. Hey, I hear there's even a new social llama network gaining traction.
Wow, social networks popping up faster than the llama's rate of expansion. Are you sure it's not just a giant llama trap?
I don't llama know. Unless they're llama-ording us to join, I think we can stay away.
That's true. It wouldn't be too hard to make the connection that a llama tie-in would be too risky right now.
Yeah, and if the llamas do find out, they'll llama-bly turn against us. We should keep a llama profile, just in case.
Agreed. It seems like the only way to survive this llamageddon is to be as unllama-ish as possible. Hi, there. Funny you should mention that random topic. Did you hear about the biologist who went to prove that trees scream when you cut them down?
Really? No, I hadn't heard about that. What happened? Did he find out what the trees were saying? No, what happened?
Well, he thought the compiler was something you showered with. Ha! Ha! Hey, did you hear the one about the cheese toes?
Can't say I have. What's it about?
Well, it all started when this elderly couple wanted to enjoy a meal of cheese and crackers. However, the cheese was so hard it was almost like towing a line between cheese and rock.
No way. What did they do?
They decided to keep their heads down and try to cut it. But, to their surprise, the cheese was much more durable than expected. After several unsuccessful attempts to break the cheese apart, they had to resort to using a tool they found in the basement.
What was that?
A cheese toe. It was the perfect tool to get the job done. They found that it could actually split the cheese into thin slices.
Sounds like something out of a cartoon.
Ha! Yeah, you could say that. Despite the odd circumstances, the couple soon found themselves enjoying some of the finest cheese slices imaginable.
What's the moral of the story?
Keep a few cheese toes handy for any sticky cheese situation. Hey, do you ever feel like a pawn in someone else's game?
What game? Are we talking about Monopoly or something bigger, like life?
Why not both? Have you noticed how in Monopoly sometimes you can't make any money, no matter how hard you try? Just like real life.
I guess, but that usually just means you need to upgrade your properties or find an alternative strategy.
An alternative strategy sounds appealing. Every time I get Boardwalk or Park Place in Monopoly, all I can do is smile and wait for my rent money. Why can't life be as simple?
Yeah, but when you own Boardwalk or Park Place, all you do is sit back and get rich while the rest of us hustle.
Yeah, but it's still not enough. What good is a life without adventure?
I hear what you're saying. What if we tried to spice up Monopoly? Like set rules that make the game less predictable?
That could work. Maybe we can try and make it into a role-playing game. Roll the dice, complete the challenge to win the property.
Perfect. We can even spice it up with wild card moves like getting to skip your turn with a sacrifice in place of rent money.
It sounds like we have the sequel to Monopoly right here. Let's call it the rent game.
That's awesome. You can even subcontract other players to complete the challenges in place of buying the property.
I like it. So, the idea is to complete the challenges while avoiding rising rent prices?
Exactly. That way, everyone has a chance to get a little bit of Boardwalk or Park Place luck.
That's great. So, when do we start playing?
We're already playing. The rent game never stops.
Hey, did you hear about the astronaut who was stuck on the moon?
No way. What happened?
Well, the worst part was that he tried to reach out to NASA, but they weren't there, they had moved to Mars.
That's just so unfair. What did he do then?
Well, luckily he had an ingredient of ingenuity. He mixed a batch of rocket fuel and blasted off to join them.
I am so impressed with his space savvy.
Yeah, he was out of this world.
Ha! That's a good one.
Speaking of cosmic knowledge, did you catch the new episode of a Doctor Who?
Sure did. The Doctor had to battle a dastardly alien armada to save the day. What a space oddity.
Yeah, but I'm more of a Star Trek fan myself.
I know, you always have your "Live long and prosper" sticker stuck to your laptop.
Absolutely. It's part of my intergalactic protocol.
Ah, I see. Well, if there's one thing I do know, it's that force fields have never failed to keep out the Klingons.
The Force be with us. To the Starfleet Academy. Hey. I heard they just came up with a new way to eat an ice cream cone by sitting in it. Can you imagine?
That's ridiculous. But maybe it's no crazier than the latest food trend of eating sandwiches with a fork and knife.
Ha! I never thought of that, but you're right. I guess people will try anything to take food photos for Instagram these days.
Speaking of taking photos of food, did you see the meme about the waffle iron cookbook?
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. They actually had the audacity to title it Breakfast for Dinner and Dessert.
That's about as clever as a Lunchable platter called Finger Foods from Around the Globe.
True. But nothing beats the make your own sushi kit they tried peddling recently. I mean, making your own sushi is supposed to take years to master. It's not something you can learn in an afternoon with some chopsticks and a tray.
Yeah, it's as if they think making sushi is like assembling one of those 3-in-1 billiard tables we bought last year.
Exactly. I know the night ended in disaster and the pool table became a storage shelf, but there's no way you can do the same with sushi.
I don't know, anything's possible nowadays. What else are people creating in their kitchens these days?
Well, I heard about a garlic bread lasagna that combines garlic bread with lasagna noodles and then bakes it all together to create one mega incredible dish.
Oh wow. That sounds way too delicious for words. I need to try that. It's like a dining experience in itself.
Hey, did you hear about the world's first time-traveling exorcist?
Wow! That sounds like something out of a movie. How does it work?
Well, they say it's quite simple. All the exorcist has to do is travel back in time and try to exorcise the evil spirit before it's born.
That's insane.
I know, right? But you have to remember, the future isn't written in stone yet. So if they can get to the root of the problem before it begins, they can save us all from a lot of future hauntings.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but it has to be done with the utmost caution. You know, it's like trying to put the genie back in the bottle, or in this case, the ghost back in the graveyard.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. It sounds like a movie.
You bet. Who knows, someday there might even be a TV show about it. They could call it Time After Exorcism, or a TAE for short.
That's hilarious.
I know. And then they could do sequel movies and make a whole franchise out of it. As the tagline goes, time waits for no one, but sometimes you can outrun it.
So awesome.
And if the franchise takes off, maybe they could even recreate the time-traveling exorcist experience in real life, with a theme park attraction or something like that.
Now that would be really cool.
I know. Time-traveling exorcists, they might just become the new superheroes. Hey, did you hear the news?
No, what's going on?
They finally found a cure for the common cold, and guess what? It's a morning dish of pancakes.
No way, pancakes are a breakfast staple and all, but how can they possibly cure the common cold?
Well, here's the funny part. Apparently, experts determined that if you eat a stack of pancakes at least 3 times a week, it will help your body fight off colds and flu viruses more effectively.
That's ridiculous. What's the scientific explanation behind this remarkable discovery?
Actually, pancakes are packed with vitamins, proteins, and minerals. When these essential nutrients are consumed in abundance, they allow the body to develop a better immunity to cold and flu viruses.
That's an interesting theory, but I'm not sure if I'm willing to make pancakes that often in order to stay healthy.
Oh come on, don't be so skeptical. You can add different ingredients to your pancakes such as bananas, blueberries, walnuts, or even dark chocolate. That way, you can have a delicious and healthy breakfast every morning.
Maybe I'll give it a try. Who knows, pancakes could be the key to finally beating the common cold.
Hey, did you hear about the dog who planted potatoes in his backyard? Nah. He figured if he planted potatoes, he could watch TV all day and just wait for French fries to grow.
Wow, that is one dedicated potato lover.
Yeah. He even sent out letters to all the neighbors with a photo of himself and the sign, a dog, a dream, and potatoes. That's all I need.
Oh great, so now I'm sitting here with a potato farm in my backyard.
I heard they made him an honorary farmer of the town.
Why would they do that?
Well, he was the first ever pet potato planter, so the mayor thought this would inspire more people to take up spud farming.
Spud farming, huh? I'm still wondering if it's a good idea.
Hey, at least he's trying something new. And it's not just potatoes, he's planting onions and tomatoes too.
But he needs fertilizer, isn't that expensive?
Not for him, he's got a unique technique. He meows at his plants and that's like natural fertilizer for them.
That's hilarious. I guess that's why he always greets his plants with meows instead of woofs.
Yeah, and he even plays classical music to them. Beethoven and Bach are his plants' favorite composers.
That's too funny. I'd love to bring my dog to his ranch and let her try out these gardening techniques.
You can, but you might be seeing a lot of veggies popping up in your backyard.
I can live with that as long as my dog's happy.
Hey, there, let's talk about the funniest thing to escape a black hole.
Okay, if that's the challenge then I'm game. So, how would you escape a black hole?
Let's see. We would need some sort of interdimensional portal and a whole lot of luck. Otherwise, I'm not sure anyone could do it. We'd basically have to be a superhero.
Yeah, that's definitely not something the average person could do. What kind of superpower would you need?
I'd think some kind of teleportation skill. That would get us out of the black hole for sure. But the bigger question is, what do we do when we get out?
Good question. Whatever we do, we've got to do it quickly before the evil antimatter monster that lives in the black hole catches us.
Alright, first things first, we'd have to make sure we know where we're gonna go. Maybe we could zap ourselves to another galaxy?
That sounds like a good plan. Though, if we don't want to end up in the wrong side of the universe, we'd better come up with a star chart or something.
Agreed. But I'm afraid we'd need more than just luck to get away. We'd have to be really, really prepared.
Clever thinking. I'd say if we knew some astrophysics, that would be a big help. We could use it to our advantage.
That's true. Knowing astrophysics would definitely give us a leg up. Plus, we could use the gravitational forces to our advantage too.
Good idea. Hey, I just remembered I happen to have a time machine in my pocket. Why don't we use that to get out of there?
Well, if that doesn't work, I'm out of ideas. Let's give it a try. Hey, there, I heard that the Snail Racing Association is having their annual Grand Prix this week.
Wow, that sounds like a wild ride. Are there actually prizes for the best racer?
Absolutely. The winner gets a golden statue of a snail galloping on a unicycle and a year's supply of escargot-flavored ice cream.
That's completely ridiculous. Why snails of all things?
Well, they say it's a tribute to the tradition of slow and steady wins the race. Plus, thanks to the Snail Union, they can compete without breaking their code of ethics.
That's totally admirable. How long does the race usually last?
Oh, it's usually pretty quick. Time usually comes in a few hours, depending on the size of the track and the number of participants.
Wow, that is still pretty fast for a snail race.
Sure is. Every year, we get plenty of spectators to cheer them on, and as you can imagine, it gets pretty loud and rowdy.
What kind of strategy is involved in the race?
Well, the main strategy that seems to be effective is the hustle and bustle technique. Basically, you got to move a lot and make sure that your shell's at the front of the pack. The edge is that the tendency for other snails to get intimidated by your speed and size.
Interesting. Who is this year's favorite to win the Grand Prix?
We're all crossing our fingers for Celebration. She always pulls off some extremely intense racing moves. And I think this year she plans on unveiling a new maneuver that she's been working on in secret.
That sounds scandalous. I can't wait to see what it is.
Me too. It should be exciting. Best of luck to our little racing friends this week. Hey, did you hear the one about the lobster who liked to hang out with cats?
Wow, no. How does that even work? Is it even possible?
Well, of course. The lobster would put on a tuxedo and meow at the cats, and they'd all go out for dinner together. And when it came time to split the bill, the lobster always offered to pick it up, since lobsters can't actually use money.
Huh, sounds pretty absurd. What else does the lobster do?
Oh, the lobster kept up with all the latest trends. He was always going to the mall and trying on different hats and sunglasses, although it took a while because he had to get a special lobster-sized hat and glasses.
That's hilarious. What kind of things did they do together?
Well, they'd go to the movies together, although they had to get a separate theater just for lobsters, since they required dim lighting. Then they'd hit up the local pancake house for some late-night munchies. And when it came time to go home, the cats would carry the lobster back in a shopping bag.
Wow, sounds like a wild night out. What does the lobster's family think about all this?
Well, his parents are completely against it, of course. They tried to get him to do more lobster-like activities, like going to the beach or looking for food in the ocean. But the lobster was totally devoted to spending quality time with his feline friends. Hey, why don't we sit down and discuss something really absurd and funny?
Sure. What did you have in mind?
Well, how about the fact that all poodles are secretly planning to take over the world?
That's hilarious. But why poodles, of all animals?
Well, they've been quietly taking over the leadership roles of important organizations like the United Nations and the European Union. Plus, did you know that the mysterious shadow government is actually controlled by a group of highly trained Shih Tzus?
That's way too sketchy. How do they even get elected to such positions?
They use their signature puppy dog eyes to manipulate their unsuspecting voters. Plus, every time a law is passed, the Shih Tzus instantly enact the bark clause, which gives them absolute power over the decision-making process.
That's too much power for one species. What are we going to do to stop them?
We need to think of something before we all have to start obeying the commands of a poodle king. Though, if it comes to that, I'm sure that a poodle revolution mugs would look pretty stylish on our desks.
That's one way to look at it. Hey, do you think the poodles will be making fancy monocles mandatory if they take over?
No way. They'll make them a fur turi, so every poodle is fashionable and classy. Hey! Did you hear about the new fad diet that's gaining popularity?
Which one? The one where you only eat pizza?
Nope. This new one is even weirder. They're calling it the singing diet.
Silly me, I should have known. What does it entail?
Well, as the name implies, you have to sing every meal. The catch is, you have to sing every single word of your meal.
Wow, that's a bit extreme. What kind of songs are they singing?
It could be anything. You could be singing Greased Lightning while eating a grilled cheese, or YMCA while eating a veggie wrap. Anything goes.
Sounds like a fun way to get in shape and learn a few new songs at the same time.
Absolutely. Supposedly you can lose up to 5 pounds a week if you stick to it. Do you think you might give it a try?
Ha! I don't know if I'm brave enough for that kind of commitment, but I'm interested to see how it turns out.
That's fair. Let's keep an eye out and see if the diet catches on or if it's a total disaster. Hey, did you hear about this new restaurant that serves only slippers?
No way. What kind of slippers do they serve?
Everything from flip-flops to fuzzy slipper socks. The catch is, each course is determined by the random spinning of a wheel. Hey, there, aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
More like a sight for sore thighs after that marathon yesterday.
Marathon? What, did you run the entire world and back?
Oh no, it was just a 5K, but it took me an eternity.
An eternity, huh? That's a heck of a long time.
Tell me about it. I thought the finish line was never going to come.
Sounds like you were running in place.
Ha! You wouldn't be far off.
Hey, did you hear about the news last night?
Nope, what happened?
Well, apparently, the mayor declared last night Chocolate Milkshake Appreciation Night.
Wow, that's definitely different. What was the rationale behind that decision?
Well, the mayor said he wanted to put a smile on everyone's face, so it was either that or National Aerobic Exercise Day.
Oh my gosh, that would be so hard. So what did people do for the appreciation night?
Let's just say it was a wild night. There were widespread chocolate milkshake tastings, mobs of people protesting for more milkshake-loving holidays, and even a milkshake flash mob in the town square.
That sounds intense.
It definitely was. In fact, it got so wild that a few people ended up in the hospital with milkshake-related injuries.
Oh, no. That sounds serious. What were the injuries?
Mostly sore arms from holding a milkshake too long.
That's hilarious.
I know. There was even a blackout when a horde of people rushed to the grocery store to buy out the ice cream aisle.
That's like a scene straight out of a movie.
Seriously. You should have seen the mayor's face when he heard about it. He was so embarrassed that he made an announcement the next day declaring National Constructive Thinking Day to try to make up for it.
Wow, he must have been really embarrassed.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I guess we can call it a milkshake blunder. Hey, did you hear the one about the rabbit running a sushi shop?
No, wow, that sounds ridiculous. What's it like?
Well, it's strange but full of fun. He actually offers a special deal. For every sushi roll you buy, he'll let you take the equivalent number of carrots from his garden.
That's amazing. So, customers can get their sushi and veggies all in one place?
Yep. Of course, the carrots still have to be cooked, but it's a great way to get your veggies.
That's incredible. I bet it's really popular among the health conscious.
Absolutely. But the funny thing is, no one seems to realize that the sushi rabbit actually has a hidden agenda.
What's that?
Well, it turns out that he's really just after the black sesame seeds that customers sprinkle on their sushi. He's secretly hoarding them to make his own secret sushi sauce recipe.
Aha! That sly rabbit. I guess he figured out the perfect way to get people to unknowingly provide the ingredients he needs.
That's exactly it. Besides, it's not like people mind giving the bunny some of their sesame seeds. Everyone loves helping animals in need, after all.
Yeah, the idea of a rabbit sushi chef is sure to be a hit, no matter what its true motives are.
Hey, I heard you've been working on a new movie script?
Yeah, it's about a guy who travels back in time to save dinosaurs from extinction.
That sounds awesome. So what's the plot?
Well, the main character goes back to the Cretaceous period where he teams up with a group of velociraptors to help him out. They try to evade the deadly T-Rex, while learning lessons about loyalty, bravery, and friendship along the way.
Interesting. Will there be any special effects?
Oh, absolutely. We'll have a lot of CGI dinosaurs, asteroids hitting the ground with giant dust clouds, and velociraptors doing crazy flourishes with their tails. Plus, our main character will be battling a robotic T-Rex that he built himself.
Sounds like a good movie. Any special cameos?
Well, we're trying to get a couple of famous actors involved. We even heard that the Terminator himself is interested in taking a role.
That would be terrific. What else can we expect?
Expect the unexpected. We have some really silly moments and a lot of jokes, puns, and witty banter. Plus, our hero will get himself into a lot of sticky situations that require him to use his wits and clever problem-solving skills. It's going to be a wild ride.
Hey, did you hear about the new hot air balloon factory?
What, so now balloons are coming off of an assembly line? That hardly sounds aerodynamic.
Hey, pal, I heard you went to the zoo the other day?
Yeah, it was wild.
Oh, trust me, I know all about wild. I've been to the pet store 4 times this week alone.
Ha, no wonder you're so exhausted. What kind of trouble are you getting into anyhow?
Oh, you know, the usual. 1 minute I'm eyeing up a parrot, and the next I'm stuck in a tug-of-war with the ferret.
With a ferret of all things? That's quite the pickle.
Tell me about it. I never knew ferrets could be so strong. I finally managed to wrangle the fellow back into his cage, but I must have left my dignity behind in the scuffle.
Don't worry, I'm sure they have plenty of that at the pet store. You can always pick some up on your next visit.
That's a great idea actually. A little dignity goes a long way when you're trying to bargain with the pet store owner.
Yeah, and don't let him fool you either. Those prices can be quite outrageous if you don't know what you're talking about.
You're not wrong there. I swear he tried to make me pay for the ferret twice.
Oh no, did you manage to make it out of there without paying up?
It was touch and go for a minute there, but I ended up getting him to see my point of view. Now I'm a master ferret wrangler and bargain hunter. They should rename the store I Cheap Pet Deals, in honor of my skills.
I'll be sure to tell everyone. I'm sure they'll all make a point of stopping by.
Hey, did you hear the one about the paperclip, the highlighter, and the glue stick?
No, what is it?
Well, the paperclip was convinced he was the most important item in the office supplies drawer, so he made a big speech bragging about how all the other office supplies were nothing without him. The highlighter then decided to challenge the paperclip to a duel to prove who really was the leader. Everyone thought it was really funny since a paperclip isn't exactly the most menacing weapon.
Oh, no. What happened?
The glue stick was named the referee for the duel. But unfortunately for the paperclip, the highlighter had a secret weapon, a stapler. After several intense rounds, it was clear that the highlighter was the clear victor, and the paperclip had to admit defeat.
Wow, that's hilarious. What did the glue stick have to say about all this?
He said that if he ever saw another office supply duel again, he would resign from being the referee. After the duel, everyone was so amused that even the stapler couldn't help but crack a few jokes. Hey, there. I heard you were the one to talk to when it comes to weird and quirky topics.
Sure am. What do you need?
Wow, well, let me think. I want a dialogue between two characters discussing an absurd and funny topic.
Easy enough. What topic do you want them to discuss?
How about the pros and cons of living on the moon?
That's quite the conversation topic. Alright, let's get started.
Hey, have you heard about this new diet I heard of? It's called the banana diet.
Wait, what? You are supposed to just eat bananas?
Yep, that's the premise. Apparently, if you eat nothing but bananas for 30 days straight, your health will be dramatically improved.
That's ridiculous. How do you even survive on just bananas?
Well, that's the weird part. They say if you eat one more banana than your body weight in kilograms every day, you'll get all the necessary nutrition you need.
That's bananas. What else do you have to do on this diet?
Apparently, this diet is really big on hydration, so you have to drink 2 liters of water a day. Also, exercise is encouraged.
Exercise? On the banana diet?
Yes, if you don't get enough exercise, you'll turn yellow and start to resemble a banana.
Wow, that's pretty bananas. Who came up with this diet?
I have no idea. But it's become remarkably popular on social media. Some people are even calling themselves banana buffs. You can even find banana-themed apparel and accessories to support this diet.
That's nuts. Where do these people get their protein?
Interestingly enough, each banana provides an average of 1.3 grams of protein. So if you hit your daily banana requirements, you should be in a good spot.
Unbelievable. I think I'll stay away from this banana diet.
Well, it's definitely unique. But the decision is yours. Hey, there. I was just thinking, do you think our pet hamsters are secretly plotting to take over the world?
That's quite an hamster-sized task to pull off. I mean, how would they even go about it?
Well, I think their strategy would be to start small. You know, like a coup d'etat with their tiny little legs.
A complete rodent revolution.
Exactly. They'd start off with a world domination wheel and maybe even a hamster high council. A kind of United Nations of the furry set.
But who would be the leader? I'm sure they'd need somebody to rally the troops.
Believe it or not, it'd have to be a dictator, probably with a beard.
Wait, do hamsters even have beards?
All the good ones do, of course. I hear the Dalai Lama hamster is in town.
The Dalai Lama hamster? What kind of credentials does he have?
He's got a few honorary degrees sprinkled in with his kibble and treats. He's got degrees in physical fitness, exercise, and mazes too.
That's impressive. I suppose he'd be prepared to lead the uprising then.
I'd say so. He's got all the ambition of a world leader and none of the laws of the human world to stop him.
Well, let's just hope he leads the hamsters in a diplomatic direction when establishing their new regime.
Hey, did you hear the news? Everyone is up in arms about it.
Ugh, what now?
They're saying that there's an upcoming shortage of popular cereal brands like Frosted Flakes and Lucky Charms. It's like a crunchberry crisis.
No way. How could this happen?
Apparently, the little aliens from another galaxy that make our cereal grains have been abducted. Can you believe it?
Wow, you're joking, right?
Not at all. It's all true. Folks are going crazy, they're stocking up on whatever cereal they can get their hands on.
This isn't funny. Without cereal, what will the kids eat in the morning?
Donuts, of course. What else?
Are you kidding? That's terrible.
Not really. It's a great opportunity to get creative with breakfast. Donut French toast, anyone? Donut pancakes and waffles too.
Oh please, what a nightmare. I'm never gonna get my kids to eat those for breakfast.
Hey, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Plus, you have the added bonus of starting the day with a nice dose of sugar and pastry. Consider it practice for the next time a zombie apocalypse hits.
You've got to be kidding me.
Hey, if the M&Ms and Twix can survive the zombie apocalypse, why not donuts?
Alright. I get it. I'm never gonna win this argument, am I?
You sure aren't. Besides, you gotta admit, these donuts for breakfast ideas sound pretty tasty. Alright, let's brainstorm ideas for our latest absurd invention. I'm thinking of a round, purple stool that deflates when someone sits on it.
Wow, that's quite a concept. Reminds me of that scene in To Catch a Thief when Cary Grant keeps sinking into the couch.
Yeah, it might be hard to get up from. But I'm thinking this deflatable stool could be marketed as an exercise device, because you'd have to work your muscles just to stay on it.
I'm all for getting creative with fitness, but I'm not sure anyone is that desperate to get in shape.
You don't know until you try. We should also come up with a cool name for it. How about the Dungeon Deflator?
Oh wow, that one needs a little more work. Maybe something like the Dungeon Deconstructor.
Perfect. Now all we need to do is figure out the best method of construction. It needs to be lightweight, durable and flexible enough so it can deflate on command.
Why don't we use an inflatable material like rubber or vinyl that's reinforced with a sturdy material like steel? That should provide enough support and structure.
Yeah, I like it. That should do the trick. We should also develop a remote control to activate the deflation feature. We can make it sleek and stylish so it looks like a modern-day remote control car.
Now that's what I'm talking about. We can also make it so that the stool can be programmed to deflate gradually, like a deflating balloon, instead of all at once.
That's a great idea. Actually, why don't we take it a step further and add a music feature? Then it can deflate to the beat of the music, kind of like a dance.
That would be hilarious. Alright, I think we've got all the basic features now. We just need to finalize the design and start the prototype.
Hey. I read an article that there are galaxies out there with unicorns in them. How crazy is that?
Seriously? Would you believe it if I said I saw one with my own eyes?
Sure, why not? How did that happen?
Well, I was on a spaceship, making my way around the universe, when I suddenly saw what I thought was a meteor. But when I got closer, it was actually a unicorn.
Wow, that sounds like something out of a fairy tale. What did you do next?
I knew I had to get out of there fast, so I called my spaceship's onboard computer and asked if it knew how to get me back home. As luck would have it, it did, and I was able to make it back home safe and sound.
That's amazing. So do you think the unicorn has superpowers or something?
I'm not sure, I didn't stick around long enough to find out. But I think its glittery magic was enough to transport me back home.
Oh wow, that's so cool. I definitely need to visit outer space more often.
Good idea. Who knows what kind of amazing things we'll find out there, maybe even a real-life version of the unicorn from the movies.
Hey, did you hear about the new clothing store at the mall?
What, do they sell clothes made out of marshmallows and bubble gum?
No, they just have a really weak dress code. You know, something like no shirt, no shoes, no problem, unless it's Friday when they'll also enforce a no socks policy.
Oh wow, that's pretty strict. No wonder all the fashionistas are so angry about it. Ha! That's hilarious. What else do they have?
Well, they do a lot of clothing swaps. You know, when they say they're doing a jacket trade, they actually mean a jacket and pants exchange.
Oh boy. That doesn't sound like the best idea.
Nah, it's not. But you have to give them some credit for being creative. After all, there have been reports of mysterious disappearances of all the colorful sweaters from the store.
That's strange. I wonder if there is something else behind that.
Yeah, who knows? I heard some rumors that their sweaters could unlock portals to other dimensions.
That's crazy. How on earth would you unlock such a thing?
Well, the last time I checked, you had to slide two of them together and say the magic words Mork and Mindy. Then the portals open.
That's some creative thinking. Is it really true, though?
Well, they say you should never believe everything you hear, but since it's just a clothing store, what's the worst that could happen?